Hey, welcome back to the show, everyone. It's Everything in the Kitchen Sink. This is episode number 5 of season 2. It's your girl Tosh, and I'm here with my lovely co-host.
Let's see ya.
Hanging to see your girl. And if you guys are wondering about the setup and know things are looking a little weird, we moved from IG to YouTube and we're not together. Well, partially because we are practicing social distance. Okay.
Practice your social distancing.
The Rona is here. Okay.
Yeah.
And I moved. Most of y'all already know, most of our longtime subscribers and fans and friends of the show know that I moved from the big old city of New York all the way across the country to Texas. Okay.
Yeah, she's a Republican now.
I am not a Republican. We won't start those rumors. Nothing's wrong with being a Republican. I am just not one.
You better check her voting record.
You can check mine. I'm low-key not even a Democrat, but that's another topic for another show, honey. Okay, I'm the party of me. Okay. This is what I am. Okay, we ain't gonna do all the politicking. But yeah, I moved to Texas. I'm in Katy. It's pretty much a suburb of Houston, and so far so good. You know, living the slower country life. I'm definitely with it, but no shade, no tea. I have a 14-month lease, so if it don't work out, I'll be back in New York.
She back in New York.
I'll be right back in New York. So how y'all doing? Let us know in the comments.
Get into these topics because we know what the people came for. They came for
y'all came for the show.
No matter how it looks, they come for the show.
They come for the show.
Converse with us. So come and converse with us.
Yeah, so a couple weeks ago, I shared a video with Nasia just to give you guys some background and some context about our first topic. We're talking about prenups, all right? Are you for prenups or are you against prenups? So I came across a video of this guy, you know, so he was like a talk show radio host or something on a podcast, and someone wrote into advice. Also, if you need advice from us, always Everything in the Kitchen Sink.
Right down here.
For Natasha, Nasia, at gmail.com. Hit us up for your advice. So this person hit up the guy for advice because, long story short, he proposed to his girlfriend. Okay. They're on their way down the aisle to get married. And she is a doctor. She's a doctor. She's a practicing doctor. She's not in med school or anything like that. And she wants him to sign a prenup. And he doesn't think he should have to sign a prenup. And the consensus is that, oh, well, she's just a doctor. You know, what do they need a prenup for? So I'm going to let Nasia go first because I've been doing a lot of talking. So Nasia, how do you feel about prenups? Are you for or against?
I'm for prenups. I'm down for the cause. I'm down for prenups, but in certain circumstances. You know what I mean? Now let's break down. You know me, I like to break it down. Mm-hmm. One, if we're all broke, we all struggling, there's no prenup needed. There's two broke people getting together and hopefully you build something at the end. Two, if one of us is a doctor like this person is, and one of us, I think the guy was like maybe he had like a regular job. I don't know. It wasn't a doctor. Let's just say that. Right. And I don't think there is none because, I mean, let's just be honest. People try to front. And I even spoke to my doctor, my OBGYN always told me, she's like, doctors don't make that much. It ain't like, we balling out here. So I feel he doesn't need a prenup in that circumstance. Now, I believe in a prenup if now I got with like a ball player, a billionaire, Bill Gates, them type of people. And I'm just little old me, having my little under $80,000 salary, then yeah, I feel like there is, there's a prenup needed because he has to protect himself. I came to this marriage with nothing. I could leave with his whole world. You know what I mean? I can understand that. But I feel like when you're in a stage where you can build, there's a building stage, then I don't feel like there's no need. I mean, Bill Gates ain't building nothing, he's rich. I feel like there's no need for a prenup when you're just a doctor. Like, girl, you probably got a whole bunch of student loans and stuff. Girl, ain't nobody gonna take on that either. What the hell wrong with you? So I feel it depends on the circumstances. I'm down for a prenup. I mean, what you think, girl?
I'm for a prenup, whether we broke, rich, poor, whatever the instances. If you feel like you have to protect yourself, then I absolutely, and that goes for men and women. So, if someone was to propose to me, he'd be a lucky man. But if someone was to propose to me, he said, Tosh, I'm going to need you to sign this prenup. And he's just say he just works for UPS. He's a 9-to-5, UPS person. And he wanted me to sign a prenup. I'm going to go ahead and sign a prenup because a prenup is not necessarily a bad thing. It's like we discussed, prior to the show, that, you know, it's basically the divorce agreement. It's what's going to happen should this marriage not work out, who gets what, okay? And I don't necessarily feel like if you sign a prenup, that means you walk away with nothing. The prenup is going to itemize and it's going to detail out what everybody gets. Like, are you just, you could just leave with what you came in with, or we did build something together, but I did most of the building. So therefore, I'm going to give you 10 or 20% of my empire. Like, what makes you think you should get half? I don't, understand that. And that, like I said, it's a non-gender thing, men and women. If you came into the relationship, like Nasia said, under 80,000, and this person is a millionaire, billionaire, whatever, and he wants you to sign a prenup, girl, sign that prenup.
I got no problem with that.
Yeah, I got no problem with that. Sign that prenup. I'm definitely moving forward. Because, I have the #1 talk show, okay, YouTube, worldwide, nationwide, okay, we're going to get syndicated, all that, manifesting that, and I'm claiming that. So, therefore, if you come into me and you want to marry me, I am definitely going to have a prenup. Because you ain't about to come in here and talk about something. Oh, I deserve, okay, this ain't, who think I deserve? Mama D? This ain't no Mama D.
I forgot about her. But like, what's he talking about?
Talking about something, I deserve half of you in the CA show. Boy, bye. The only man who could get a profit off of this show is Nasia's husband, because he is very instrumental in the back scenes. Okay, our producer, okay, our lighting, our sound guy. He does all the research on how to make. Everybody's always talking about how our quality and how good we look. Yeah, somebody's behind the scenes doing that, helping us. Okay, so he's the only man who I could be like, what to see. Dre does deserve something else, but to protect us and to protect our brand, anybody coming to me with me will have to sign a prenup. Period. And if somebody wants me to sign a prenup because he has a #1 t-shirt printing company, or he's about to come out with a new sneaker line, absolutely, I'm gonna sign it, because I get it. Because what's love without trust? I know you have to trust your partner not to do you dirty, but we know how people do. You just gotta account for that.
We know, but I feel we building this together. I feel like from the minute that we signed the marriage certificate or whatever, after that, anything we have is together. You know what I mean? I feel in a sense a prenup is I know it's a contract of how basically laying out how the divorce will go.
All right.
But I feel that, one, it's not always good to prepare for divorce, but that's another topic for another day. But I feel that you're coming into the marriage with expectations of how you're going to live afterwards, or how is it going to go down afterwards. And I feel the expectation should always be that whatever we built together, we get it, we split it together. You know what I mean? Now, if I came in before, now that money, like, so don't get me wrong. If I marry Bill Gates, I don't care what he on. He could have his prenup. Anything before me will be cool. But any dollar made after we sign this, just about to say birth certificate. Any dollar made after we sign this certificate, that's my money too. What the hell wrong with you? I don't care.
And that's fair.
Married. So, the two become one. Okay, the two become one. So that's my money too. Now, if all of his Microsoft money from before me, he gonna go away with that. After me, I'm gonna need half. This is a marriage. I don't care.
And that's fine. So then in your prenup, so the thing is, we're talking about for against prenup. So then in your prenup, you can say that you want half. When he hands you the prenup, you could counter and say, well, no, here's my counter offer with my lawyers and saying whatever. And if we got to meet in the middle, so whether it's half or 50, if it's half or 40 or 30 or whatever, I'm just saying, basically, I'm for any sort of contract entering a marriage. Even if the contract says he gets half or you get half, I'm definitely with the contract stuff. Like, let's go into this marriage. There's no guessing game. Okay, there's no guessing game. There's no wrong or right. It's the terms that we both signed off on. So if you're gonna go ahead and get married to this billionaire man, right? And if you say I'm not walking away unless it's what it's half, then put that in your prenup. Yeah, I'm not willing to settle. I'm not willing to settle. I'm not willing to settle less than half.
Yeah, I feel like in that circumstance, but the circumstance with the guy and the doctor and the young man, like, stop it, sis. You ain't even that rich.
Well, you never know. She could have a best-selling book. She could invent something. She could have the cure for something one day. She's protecting her future assets, and I don't see anything wrong with that.
Yeah, but the future asset is their asset.
No, it
It
ain't.
is, because they're married. Once they get married, the assets are now to come together. You see me, I'm a like I think we talked about it in the past show. I'm a one pot person. You know what I mean? If when once we get married, the paycheck go in one pot. You understand what I'm saying? And that money can be is split between us. We can use it as such. You understand what I'm saying? I don't like the whole where it's like I gotta ask you for this and you gotta ask me for that. Like, let's just have money all together. And that's how I feel a marriage should go. We come in this together. We are building together. I don't care if I'm at home. Suppose I'm at home just taking care of the kids of Bill Gates' kids or whatever like that. You know what I mean? I wash, cook, and clean. That is my contribution to the marriage, and that deserves a half. If not, that's a 24-hour job.
Something.
Not something.
But that's what I'm saying. But that's what I'm saying.
I have.
you're saying you deserve half, and I'm saying you're absolutely entitled to feel. So put that in your prenup. Your prenup should say you get half.
The law will tell me I get half anyway. So
listen, I don't care if you're the manager at a McDonald's. If you have dreams and aspirations one day of opening 500 McDonald's, go ahead and write that in your prenup and saying, you know, whatever I acquire going forward in this marriage, my wife is going to walk away with 20%. And it's up to her to come back and say, get her lawyer and come back and say, I'm not walking away with less than 30%.
That's true.
You can do that. You don't have to sign the terms of what he's saying. You can always negotiate. And then that way, like I said, God forbid y'all get a divorce, ain't no guessing game.
But I understand it, but in a sense, I think with the film that you showed me, the little clip, that you showed me, it was more so the person that was giving the advice was that they felt like there was no trust in the relationship. So is it a trust that you don't trust this person? Do you feel like there's a trust issue because that person told them that they should basically go to counseling or something because there's no trust in this relationship? Is there no trust in this relationship now because you asked me for a prenup? You don't believe that I am the person that I'm going to be? Is you know what I mean? Like, what is the premise of this prenup? Like, that's what I would like to know. What did you bring this prenup to me in the doctor scenario? Like I said, Bill Gates, that's already known. The doctor scenario, I'm kind of, what is it about me that you feel that you need to protect your stuff from me? And am I really the person you should marry if you need to protect your stuff from me?
Well, then that's definitely therapy worthy. That definitely warrants therapy. It definitely warrants therapy and a deeper conversation. But I just know, and I'm, like the young lady, she's probably been burnt before. And so, yeah, she's maybe carrying some baggage from an old relationship, or maybe she saw her parents get burned, or maybe she saw a family member or a friend get burned. And so she just wants to protect herself. I mean, of course you with somebody, so you should trust them with everything. You trust them with your body, which is the most important thing. So therefore you should trust them, with your finance, with your health. So you should trust them with your finances. But that's the thing, people change. And we're getting this document together for the event of someone changing. I know some people who have gone into relationships with prenups and they rip it up and they tell God, forget the prenup is null and void. I don't care. You can, we could be married without a prenup or whatever. And I always laugh because I always think about Kevin Hart, because Kevin Hart, I believe, in his new wife, they don't have a prenup.
Oh, they don't.
And they don't have a prenup. And I'm always like, this girl, after he cheated on her, I'm like, girl, Hart reproduct, girl.
You should have took the whole sheboygan and hit the road, right?
Obviously, they have a great dating relationship, and he knew why he didn't want a prenup. But I think prenup has a negative connotation, that people automatically, put it towards money. A prenup could be, who's gonna get this bamboo plant we've been raising together, or who's gonna get the dog, and who's gonna get the house, and who's gonna get this artifact that we both discovered together in Mexico. I just like it because, like I said, it itemizes and it details down to the lint in the dryer if y'all wanted to. It details down to who gets what and who's gonna be responsible for what, and it takes the guessing work out of, if something were to happen, or if I were to die, or you were to die, or whatever the situation is. It just takes the guessing work out of it. So sign them prenups, get your prenup together. Everybody can have a prenup. I don't care.
No, I don't feel it's $10.
If you make $10 or $20, I'm gonna have a prenup.
Nah, I don't feel it's needed for everybody. It's just not. But you know what? That's why we hear differences of opinions. Okay. All right.
We're gonna move right into topic number 2, and that is, we're talking about kissing and telling. right? So kissing and telling has so many different angles. Like, you know, you can kiss and tell your girlfriend, like, girl, I went out on a date last night and we went back to my house and it was or the kiss and tell where it's, you know, you're in a group of people. So you could be like, girl, you're at the beauty salon and you like, let me tell y'all about Malcolm down the road. So like, when is kissing and telling wrong? Like, what's the gray area? Where do we draw a line? And how, and can it be harmful to someone? Like, I believe kissing and telling, depending on how you're kissing and telling, can definitely be harmful to someone's reputation or, you know, someone's character, you know, things like that. So I think the example we were using of what's the young man's name?
Hitmaker, formerly known as Youngberg. Y'all remember Youngberg back in the day? Our little 25 and up crew. Y'all know that.
Okay, yeah.
She like,
yeah, whatever. He was talking about he had relations with Notori from Power.
Unnecessarily too.
Why?
Unnecessarily, because there's backstory for those who might not have checked it and don't got the time to do it. That's how I am sometimes.
Yeah, because you told me about it, because I didn't even know.
Yeah. Well, long story short, he was on Drink Champs, a show where they kind of drink and chat it up like a barbershop with liquor. So
I need to go there.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's basically a barbershop with liquor. He was on there giving a story about how inside of a woman, when they have like certain birth controls, that you feel, you know, I think it's an IUD or certain stuff like that, that you feel what's going on inside of them when you're screwing them. Now, mind you, to tell that story needed no names. I mean, you could just say I was banging this chick and it felt like a robot was inside of her. I didn't know what was going on. I mean, there's no names in it. But in true hitmaker Youngberg fashion, he felt that he had to tell who it was. Oh, it was the chick from 3LW, you know, the one that's on Power. Like, he was giving details, like, she on Power now. And they was like, who, Ghost Wife? You know, they're going on and on and on. And it was just like he giving details where she used to live and where this and how he hit it after some party. It was just like an unnecessary thing to say that there's a robot going on inside of her. Like, it felt like a robot when he was screwing her. So my whole thing is, why are you kissing and telling? Like, nobody, I mean, maybe some people in his inner circle knew that he had slept with Notori, but I don't think the general public, Joe Schmo like me, needed to know that he slept with Notori. And mind you, this is not like, okay, last week. This is since she was in 3LW. Now, the child been out of 3LW for 15 years. So, or more than that, and probably. What is the necessary thing for you to say that? And then that's what I say with kissing and telling. It's like, I don't mind telling a story. And even sometimes when I was with some of my, you know, girls, when we chatted it up, I don't mind telling the story, but you don't need to give names. You don't need places and days to be like, yeah, I was with this dude, girl, and you know, he was a dude. Names and places don't need to be told. I feel like people, especially men, I'm sorry, men, you know, my book, I just feel men talk too much. And that's how everybody know a girl's a hoe. Everybody know that shit. How people know the hoe? The hoes don't even tell nobody that they hoe. They just be chilling. You could be chilling with a hoe right now. You don't know she a hoe. But everybody, all of a sudden, everybody know that 10 people slept with her. She screwed the whole crew. Why the whole crew talking about her? You know what I mean? It's just, my whole thing is stop telling people stuff. You can give your stories because, you know, venting and conversing with others is a part of a human being life. But no names need to be said. People need to stop kissing and telling on people because sexual business happen behind closed doors. It should stay behind closed doors. You know what I mean? It's not for everybody's situation to know. You know what I mean? Unless they express to themselves, they're kissing and telling on themselves, then, I mean, what is to know, you know? Exactly. But other than that, I don't feel, I mean, what do you feel, girl, about in the details of kissing and telling? What are the rules? What are the...
Yeah. So I feel like if I came back and told you about my little, you know, session with somebody, it's not necessarily kissing and telling. Now, if I'm sitting with a captive audience, you know, giving a blow by blow, play by play of what happened between me and this gentleman, it puts a different spin on it, especially if you're dropping names. It's definitely clout chasing. Like, why do you want like people to know? You know, unless it's like, you know, if it's your boyfriend or it's your man, I feel like people naturally talk anyway, but it's the way and how you do it. Like, it's a tasteful way, or, you know, you don't want to be tacky about it. Like, you know, just, you know, talking to random people about your sex life and about your sex capades. Like, nobody needs to know that. But if I come back and I tell you, hey, girl, I've been dating this person for whatever, it finally happened and it was great, or if it was terrible, whatever, that's a conversation between me and my friend. Now, if I'm in the beauty salon or the nail shop or what have you, just, sitting there running my mouth about, what happened between me and so, I guess it's kind of not double standard, but it's like one of those things where there's a very, very fine line. There's a very fine line of it being okay and not being okay. In this instance, with the young man talking about Notori, I think it was definitely like, why? If she wasn't who she was today, he would have never said her name.
Yeah, it was.
If she was in 3LW back in the day, but now she's a crackhead, he wouldn't have been like, I smashed the crackhead.
Nope, not at all.
He would have never said it.
Like he did it for clout.
He did it for clout. It's because of who she is. And I think we're kissing and telling sometimes, especially with men. Shout out to our male viewers. We love y'all. We know you love us. We love y'all. But it's true. If y'all wanna have a real moment, okay, if y'all wanna have a self-reflection moment, men do talk a lot. Girls talk, but men do talk a lot. And like Nasia said, nobody knows the hoe is the hoe unless the man said it. You know what I'm saying? Nobody knows how if I slept with John and this one and that one, unless John and this one and that one is running around telling so kiss and tell, but do it tastefully, do it tactfully, don't name drop. If that's not your person and you and the person are not like outright in the open where everybody already knows. Like if Nasia tells me about her and her husband, it's not really kissing and telling because
you know who I'm with.
They man and wife, like of course they see things. Of course they have the same shit. They got kids.
The 2 kids, they get here miraculously.
Okay? And y'all know Nasia look cock up her foot. So
who said that? Who said that?
I know my friend. So it's not kissing and telling, but you know what I'm saying? I just feel like it's a tasteful way to do it. And don't be out here if someone doesn't want their information out. Don't be telling people business.
Yeah.
Because if it's a girl like me and I don't want nobody to know I'm sleeping with you and you out here running your mouth, if somebody says to me, I heard you say, who?
Never heard of him.
Don't know him, never heard of him. Oh, but he said you and him was.
Nope.
He lying on his dick. Because I don't know him.
And you ain't never going to get none. That's why a lot of times men don't get none the next time because y'all run your mouth too much. You know what I mean?
Come on,
that ain't for everybody to know who was hitting who. And my whole thing is though, we gotta I don't know, men of a certain age, I know we have a good, across the board that watch the show. But I feel I wouldn't say it's okay, but it's more understandable when it's a young boy. Like if you're 15, not to say you shouldn't do it, 15-year-olds, if you're watching.
Please.
But I don't like it when you still 40 running your mouth on your penis. That's not cute. That is disgusting. You need to grow up. Like don't be telling people business and doing all of that. That is a time and a place to do it. Because even now, I give Tasha a little tea about maybe some things in the bedroom, but she don't get the full blow because I feel like it's a marriage. You know what I mean? We talk about the basics. I'm not gonna give you more because I'm a woman of a certain age now. You need to know every little detail. You gonna get some details. Yeah. You're gonna know every little detail. You feel me?
Not like every time after you and Dre, you gonna call me up like, girl, tonight was this. No.
That'd be weird.
And I wouldn't want to hear it. I'd be like,
it's weird.
Enough. Yeah.
It's weird. Definitely Young Berg is pushing 40. He might be 2 feet tall, but he's pushing like 40. And it's like, it's time to, when you hanging out with the boys on Drink Champs and the barbershop or whatever it is, it's time to let that go. If you want to tell your story, to reminisce in your stories about a Jane Doe, no names needed. Leave the name. Let's start with the basics. Because some people don't understand stuff. Leave names out of it. Let's start there. And then you can maybe talk if you want to talk, but leave names out. Okay.
Yeah. Let us know in the comments how you guys feel about kissing and telling. Are you telling guys? Are you telling your boys every time you hook up with a girl? Girls, are you telling every time you hook up with a girl? Gay guys, are you telling your other gay guys? Are you hooking up gay women? Are you telling your other gay women about your escapades? Like, we want to know.
Yes.
Ain't nobody kissing and telling, okay?
Just keep your mouth shut.
Thank you guys so much for tuning in. We really appreciate you. We really appreciate all the love we've been receiving. Continue to watch and help our channel grow. Subscribe, like the video, share with your friends and your families. Hit us up on Instagram. Give us topics. We're also open to topics and, stuff like that. So Nasia's the editing queen. Nasia's gonna go ahead and edit our names I edit our names onto the screen so you can see. Instagram, I am TA_shade. So that's _shade on Instagram. And my lovely co-host is
Amnestia_Marie_. So, definitely check us out. Like she said, like, comment, share, subscribe, tell a friend. Don't worry. We will have many things coming. We're going to have cooking, vlogs, whole bunch of this stuff. You ever watch those talk shows like The Real and all those other stuff, and they doing all those stuff with the products and stuff? We're going to be doing all of that. We're going to have shows together as well, because I'll be in Texas. She'll be here. It'll be a whole bunch of stuff going on. This is a full-on family, friend, girlfriend, full-on talk show. So, check us out and tell a friend and hit that subscribe. Ding, ding, ding.
Right.
Okay.
As always, it's the same place, it's the same time, it's the same show, and we'll see y'all next week. Bye.